Why do you find it so difficult to kiss me?
Because you are irresistible.
I think it's safe to assume that by now all Bridgerton fans have binge-watched the latest 4 episodes of the new season. We waited for almost 2 years for Benedict and Sophie season, but we devoured it in 4 hours, and now we are back waiting again to see what happens to their story. At this point, I think the fans of this universe are the greatest yearners who are definitely giving our main couples a run for their money. But today we are here to break down everything we get to see in that 1 minute preview after the end of episode 4. So what do we get to see in this short teaser? The teaser begins with Benedict confronting Sophie outside, most likely while she is on duty with the Bridgerton sisters, Eloise and Hyacinth. She says it was a mistake and they both got carried away, but Benedict asks that's what it was to her. The scene shifts to Sophie and Violet Bridgerton, who are having a conversation in which Sophie tells Violet she has found a suitable position elsewhere, prompting Violet to ask whether something has happened that made her change jobs again. Sophie informs that her desire to leave has nothing to do with anyone in this house. Violet is starting to get a little suspicious about Sophie, like she is hiding something, and she confides in Mrs. Wilson about the matter. Benedict is confiding to Mr. Mondrick because he is not sure what he did to upset Sophie. After their conversation, the scene shifts to a dark room where Sophie and Benedict are alone again. Benedict tries to initiate a conversation, and something else also gets initiated. We see Penelope engrossed in writing her Lady Whistledown columns again. We see John and Michaela interacting by the fireplace, and Francesca staring at them, feeling out of place. More drama to come as Lady Araminta and her daughters arrive at a new social event. There is a glimpse of the Queen and Lady Danbury face to face, as if someone has revealed a secret. More tension was seen between Benedict and Sophie. More evening teas between Violet Bridgerton and Lord Anderson. We finally get a glimpse of Anthony and Kate with their little one in this preview. It ends with Violet Bridgerton in black and Benedict running to catch someone. Bridgerton Season 4 Volume 1 ends after Benedict and Sophie get a little bit steamy in the servants' quarter staircase, but then asks a question at the end that totally ruins the moment. Will you be my mistress? I think the more I hear this sentence, the more I feel like throwing my phone against the wall. Nevertheless, Sophie doesn't respond to Benedict. She just picks up her coat and goes away with her new friend she made at Bridgerton House. It is most likely that Benedict will follow Sophie around like a lost puppy to find out why she's upset, or why she did not respond to her offer. That is why he is almost everywhere Sophie is in the preview. Next, we have Sophie trying to leave her position at Bridgerton House. Now, when she first entered the house, it was like she had come to a place of her dreams to work, and everything was going so smoothly. She had made friends, she was occupied with work, not overworked, which kept her content. She was offered a permanent position, but she was unsure at first. But when Benedict packed and left his own house for his bachelor's place because she felt uncomfortable, she'd agreed to it. But then the staircase scene happened and it confused Sophie again. Now she isn't sure if staying is the right choice because of her growing feeling for someone above her class, and also because now more than ever Benedict is hovering over her. After she informs Violet, who is not sure what made her change her decision so soon, she leaves to do her chores. Now, Violet has been suspicious of Sophie since hearing from Eloise that she is fluent in Korean and French. Like most servants or maids in London, who are not so well read, Sophie had learned things that are usually given to noblemen and noble women in society. That's why it's no wonder that Violet thinks Sophie is hiding something. There is a scene in the preview where Benedict is talking to Mr. Mondrick. At present, he is the eldest in the household, overseeing their Bridgerton estate in Anthony's absence. He has no one older to confide in, and I know he wants to confide in someone about his situation, so maybe that's why he approaches Mr. Mondrick. I mean, the Bridgertons have a good bond with him since the very first season, and Mr. Mondrick's advice is something that someone had to drill into Benedict's head, so we get to see him more lost and confused in the next episodes, along with a new level of yearning for someone he can't have. Another thing that caught my attention in the teaser, which has me and the fans worried for Francesca, so they've carefully dropped subtle hints that they're adapting her tragic storyline with John from Julia Quinn's books. If you've read When He Was Wicked, you know Francesca deals with the most heartbreak of all the Bridgerton siblings. Her hubby John dies way too young. In season 3 they had just gotten married, and part 1 of season 4 already teased her personal struggles. Another big shocker was when they brought back Michaela, who's Michael in the book. You know, Francesca's second love interest, who also happens to be John's cousin. And now the teaser kind of confirms they're going to include John's early death, because there was a shot where Violet Bridgerton was wearing all black, clear sign of someone in mourning. Now I know his death will likely push Francesca to seek companionship with Michael and further explore the feelings she has been trying to hide and avoid. But no matter what, I know the floodgates will open if this actually occurs, so prepare your tissues beforehand. Lastly, something fans of Cantony have been waiting for in Volume 1 will finally happen in Volume 2. The trailer finally shows Anthony and Kate sharing love, eye contact in bed, but the scene quickly shifts to reveal their baby lying between them, who is very cute, by the way. We last saw Cantony in season 3, where they were planning to leave for India to have the baby. This means Bridgerton fans will get to see a fresh side of Anthony and Kate. When they return to the show, we have seen that Anthony has always been super protective of his family as the Bridgerton guardian. Now, as a dad, it'll be fascinating to watch if Bailey's character doubles down on that protectiveness, or evolves in new ways. What else are you expecting might happen in Volume 2? Don't forget to share them in the comments below. Volume 2 of Bridgerton comes out on February 26th. Until then, we wait and binge watch the whole series yet again. That's been all for this series, for this video folks, and thanks very much for watching.